1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We have our homie in the building from the west side of things.
Well, I don't know now. I've never met Snoop Lion.
Man, you met Snoop Lion. Bless up.
Snoop Lion, good morning, sir.
What up, loved one?
New album in stores, Reincarnated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, explain why the Jamaican album.
Well, you know, I made so many hip-hop records and so many hit records, just to speak on it lightly. I had got to the point in my career where I wanted to say something, and I felt like, Snoop Dogg had a persona of being a gangster, being, hardcore and representing what he represented, and I didn't ever want to taint that. So through, my research, I felt like, I was always Bob Marley reincarnated because I was so connected to him and his spirit and his soul and his likeness, and it just drew me closer to Jamaica and wanted to make some reggae music, and, going out there for a couple of weeks, bringing a camera crew with me. I went out there, blind to the fact and not knowing, but I came back with a third eye, a whole new spirit.
What part of Jamaica?
I went to Tivoli Gardens, I went to Trenchtown, I went to the Maroons, I went to everywhere where you weren't supposed to go.
Where you're not supposed to go, where tourists don't go.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, I've only been to Ocho Rios and Montego Bay.
You gotta go to the hood. You gotta go to the
You
hood.
went to the beach. I'm talking about the hood.
Where the liquor store is a house.
Hello.
Yes.
He must have smoked something amazing.
Oh, man, but I brought some amazing, too. That was even better.
Now, did you grow up listening to reggae music? Because I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm also half West Indian, so, I was raised on reggae music. For you, was that something that you grew up loving, or was it something that you came to love
I think it was always something that I loved, but I never had enough of it. You know how you could love something, but you never get enough of it? It was like our neighborhood would drown that out with rap music or R&B. But, you would hear a few people playing, and you'd be like, man, what is that? That sounds good. So it's like it wasn't, I never had a chance to really get it all.
Right.
Until I became who I am, and I could really research it and find out what it is about that music that is attractive to me.
But you got to fight through the prejudging, though, because the first time I heard Snoop Lion, I was like, I don't know, Snoop.
We didn't know how serious it was,
Right.
but then we was like, okay, he's doing an album. And, did you
But
embrace the whole Rastafarian
I embraced
religion
it
too?
all. They took me to the Nyabingi Temple. And blessed me. I'm talking about it was elders in there, 85, 90 years old, explaining what Rastafari was and the struggle they went through and how they couldn't even say it or they was getting beat up back in the days behind it and how real it was, and they struggled. So once I grasped a hold of their struggle, I felt like it was my struggle.
Right.
These are my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that I may be from there? They dropped us all off over here. We don't know where we from until we do the research and figure out who our peoples are, who our roots are. And I felt like reggae music was just a great expression right now with all of this violence and this negative that's going on in the world. And I have a lot of power, not just in America, but outside of America. And once you realize you got power, you got to use it in the right way. You can't take that power and push the button for the wrong reasons. And for the wrong reasons, I've always led people down a dark alley as opposed to leading them to the light.
So what made you change, Snoop? It sounds like you're a changed individual. What made Snoop change and see the light?
Growth.
Yeah, exactly. As you grow into a man, and then at the same time, my life had started to separate from my music. Like, I was rapping the gangster life, but I wasn't living it no more. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I wasn't toting no heat or banging no more. I was, a grown man raising a family. I had a show on television where I'm being a father and all of this. So it's like my music should represent who I am.
Right.
As opposed to pretense. Let's go with right now. And then at the same time, I'm seeing all of these schools get shot up and these kids getting killed and all this unnecessary violence. And I understand that we as musicians have a lot of power.
Right.
And we don't know that until we understand that. And once we understand that, we should do something about that. So that's why I'm speaking out against gun violence right now. Not just to the people with guns, because I feel like it's okay to have a gun if you know how to use it. I'm just speaking out to those that's using it in the wrong way for gun violence, because you wouldn't like it if your baby girl or your little son was at school and the school got shot up, and then it affects you personally. See, it ain't touched you until it hits you. You understand what I'm saying? Then when it hits you, you're going to feel like, oh, man, somebody should have done something. But before we get that far, let's try to stop it.
Do you ever try to talk to some of those other artists out there that are the younger artists right now? Because you know how a lot of times the young artists are the ones that control the game and have these kids' heads. But it's not just Snoop. It's some of these younger artists as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you label Uncle Snoop and you got the respect like I got, and I'm not bragging, I'm just telling it like it is, they do what I tell them to do. And that's for the right reasons now. I used to make them do what I tell them to do for the wrong reasons. So now I'm giving you a righteous reason to stay alive and to do the right thing. So of course they're going to listen. And I've always been up close and personal with my people, where the rappers, their community, I'm hands-on. I don't know how to do no third-party conversation. I like to get up close and personal, go to the hood, touch the people, so I can go to these neighborhoods and talk to these gang members because I am an ex-gang member.
Right.
They relate to me. I'm not just a rapper. I'm an ex-gang member who knows how to rap.
Do you feel like you couldn't do this more positive type of music in hip-hop and you had to leave the genre and go to something else?
I think hip-hop wouldn't understand it if I was to deliver this message through the hip-hop channel. But going through the reggae channel, now hip-hop has to tune in over here. And then they have to really understand where I'm at in my career. For 20-plus years, I did that and did it well. You know what I'm saying? They still call me to be on songs. I'm still rapping on songs because I'm still, you know, the dog. They want the dog. I can't just say the dog is dead. He's not dead. I'm just moving on into another part of my life, and my peers respect that. The grown-ups respect that. You know, I'm getting a different base of fans now that's really like, man, brother, we appreciate you, like women appreciate me now. And I always hated the fact that black women had a hate towards me because of my music, the words that I delivered.
Yeah,
my
say
venom.
bitches
Tricks to do it.
But that was my venom. You know what I'm saying? If you brainwashed not to know. You grow up wanting to be a pimp. You want to be a player.
Right.
You know, you grow up wanting to be these different things that are role models to you in your neighborhood until you figure out that, well, hold on, I'm finna be the first role model that ain't that.
Right.
Well, I had a chance to listen to the album. It's very chill. It definitely makes you want to smoke some weed.
Oh, it do?
Yeah, and I don't
You
even
wanna hear
really
some
smoke.
right now?
I don't know if we're allowed to do that in here.
We need curtains in
Snoop
here.
dog. Snoop can do what he want to do.
We not. We not.
We need curtains in here.
Don't ask for
I don't
permission.
think
Ask for
so.
forgiveness, Snoop.
Yeah, because remember the other radio station? No, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna do y'all
no,
like that, but I
it's
have
serious.
a cigarette pen that I got,
He definitely did.
a G pen.
Now, you know, you said something very real, man. You said that, you know, you got to that point where you realized the things you were rapping about, that wasn't you anymore. And I have these conversations. I had the conversation with 50. I'm like, yo, 50, we know you don't live like that no more, so it don't seem authentic. So why continue to give us that?
And as a consumer, I want the realest.
Word.
That's what I want. You know, if you ain't doing, like for example, like I always want to see Al Pacino do another Scarface, but I understand he has to do roles that fit his age now.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying? Even though I'm like, man, why I can't? When is he gonna come? He has to do a role that fit his age,
Right.
or it's not gonna work.
But
Now-
do you get nervous as far as money is concerned? Because you know, not that you don't have money. Now, let me stop like that.
Now you got to school.
Yeah, no. Not that you don't have money. You said stupid for the finger.
You're
Now,
able
I'll
to
school
do
you,
this
little-
because you
I'll
have
school you,
one.
little homie. But the fact that, you know, when you put out a rap album, it's a bigger market.
True.
And when you put out a West Indian album, it's more of a smaller market, so you might not see the numbers that you usually would see.
But this is not about numbers. This is about delivering a message,
Right.
and reaching a point in my career where I feel good about what I'm saying.
Dope.
I love this record. I feel good that I'm able to sing it and bop it and pop it, and I feel like in the next few months I'm gonna get a call from the White House saying we need you and your daughter and Drake to come perform this song, No Guns Allowed. And when I get that call, that's gonna be the thrill of victory to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm from East Side Long Beach. If they let me walk in the White House, do you know what that means to the little homies in the hood? Anybody can make it.
Are you going to be able to go back, or do you even want to go back? Like, if you wanted to go back into your Snoop Dogg realm and you felt like throwing on your chucks, you know what I'm saying? And
I think I
spitting
will
something
have to.
gangster.
I will have to go back, Charlamagne. I know I'm gonna have to go back because the game just keeps pulling at me. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to do it every once in a while. But the point is, I'm doing this right now to let you know that I do care. And if we have one moment in life where you care, that's all that matters. And I just felt like I had no care through all out these years. You know, even though my persona away from the music had a lot of care and love, and I was stopping beefs, and all the rappers that had problems would call me, and I would get them in a room and stop that and get them together, and ain't nobody fighting nobody, and blah, 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 and they still call me to this day. But my music didn't represent that. So now I felt like it should be out of the closet. You know, a lot of people come out of the closet nowadays, right? I'm coming out the closet for my reason for being peaceful, to where the world can see that this is what I do behind closed doors. I've always been the initiator of stopping the violence and keeping everybody right. And you can ask the rappers, especially the ones from here. The ones from here, they get into it with the ones from where I'm from. I'm the one that pushed the button on it.
Now, you also give a lot of credit to Minister Farrakhan for actually helping out a lot in this hip-hop business.
Yes.
As far as squashing a lot of beefs and putting people in a room together and making them talk to each other. So at that time when that happened for you, were there artists that you had to confront directly and say, I have this problem with you?
Well, I never had a direct conflict with artists, you know, mine was phases. When the boys from New York was getting at me because of the New York video, it was necessary. They had to represent their turf. So it was never personal, it was business.
You did kick over the buildings.
I did what I did. but then you had guys that answered back. You know, Mobb Deep answered back. There was a couple, there was a couple of them that was like, well, hold on. Everybody didn't want it, but it was a few that stayed true to what they do, and we respected that. And as the beefs went to smoke and it was over, they became our best friends because they was down to go down with us.
Right.
So at the same time, it's like, you know, you take that on the shoulder and say, well, that was a phase. Now what's the next phase? So by me being with Minister Farrakhan and learning from Minister Farrakhan, I learned how to end beefs instead of add on the beefs. Like kicking the buildings to me was stupid because I added on to a beef where New York loved the hell out of me.
Right.
They love me more than some of the rappers out here. But when I did that, I crossed the line where it's like, okay, he with them now. Right. But I knew that because I was a gang member, so I was about the gang. And my lifestyle was different, so I didn't have that in me. But when I met with Minister Farrakhan, he taught me and showed me how to take my strength and use it for me, not against me.
Right. Did you call Badass and Ray J and Squash that?
You know what? Ray J is my blood cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My blood cousin.
Badass said you didn't want him on the bus back in the day, and
Badass told the truth.
You didn't want your blood cousin on the bus?
Because he was with Death Row. It was you know, it was during them days when, you know, when we beef, you with them, you with them.
Right.
I don't care who you is, you with them. So that was a phase, but we had left that alone. We moved past that. Well, he's still dwelling on that.
Right.
You know, Badass let that go, man. If I could move past, you should be able to move past.
Well, Ray J used to kick it with Suge too, though.
Yes.
Back then.
The West Coast is small, man. You know, we all know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a small business. And at that time, Suge was the elite. So you want to be with the elite if you're trying to be in the game.
Now, what about you and Suge? There were some pictures of you guys together. It seems like you guys have squashed all of your issues.
Oh, we all love now. I mean, I sat with him in a room one day and we talked for about 2 hours laughing, reminiscing about good old times and just getting an understanding on why we love each other as opposed to why we shouldn't hate each other. And then from that, we started to see each other, exchange phone calls. And, you know, I seen him in the club one night and, you know, took the opportunity to take a picture with him because I'm coming out the closet now. I'm cool with everybody. I'm on love right now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not express that and show people that we've moved past that so you won't feel threatened when you see me and him in the same room at the same time.
You might have to come up with a new expression.
Coming out the closet.
That can easily be misconstrued on a blog or something. Snoop Dogg comes out the closet.
But he coming out the closet for all the right reasons.
That's going to be the promo. Tomorrow morning,
Snoop Dogg comes out the closet.
Get the Breakfast Club.
That's the selling point of the album right there.
Absolutely.
Ellen DeGeneres will have you up there tomorrow.
You hear me? Ellen DeGeneres, where you at?
You did a record with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, you know, you want to sit down and have a conversation with her and tell her stop going down this path she's going down?
No, you know what? Actually, I had 2 or 3 conversations with her, and I love what she's doing right now because what she's doing, she's being her. She's growing into her own shoes. I think her whole career has been puppeted. Like somebody's been driving her and making her and telling her and getting her up on time to do this, and now she's finally able to do what she loves to do. And remember this when I say this. For many years, our forefathers had to shoot at their forefathers, and they missed. But when we came along, we shot at their kids, and we hit. So if you catch that meaning, you understand what I'm saying. Love the fact that she wants to be associated with. Love the fact that she's inspired by. Because we are the inspiration. We are the influence. We are that. So love the fact that she wants to be in the world of. Because as big as she is, she's going to give a lot of opportunity to those people from that world that she wants to be in. That's how I look at it.
Sounds good until they start getting in trouble. And Miley ends up pregnant by Drake.
But then that's the rules of the game. And she don't belong to me. She belongs to the game.
Now, question: that G pen you have in your hand. Somebody told me about that this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can actually put marijuana in there.
Not this one. It's the other one that you got that you can.
And you can puff it, and it doesn't smell like marijuana.
It don't smell like nothing.
It smells like nothing. Yeah. Actually,
Damn, I need that in my life.
Actually, randomly have one of those. I don't know why.
That's better than the vaporizer.
You know you smoke and you act like you don't.
I don't really smoke.
When you on a date and you got a fly sitting with you, right? And y'all really enjoying the moment, and y'all may be watching Boomerang or something, right?
Boomerang.
Boomerang.
You know what I mean? And he passed the bleezy to you. You gonna tell him no, or you gonna hit it?
Well, you know, it depends on what kind of weed it is. I don't want the kind that makes me sleepy. You need the kind that's going to keep you up and energized and, you know, moving around. So.
Oh, so you want to do it after the movie go up?
No, I just don't want to fall asleep because it has that effect on me.
I got you.
And
I was just reading between the lines.
Sometimes weed can make me very unmotivated. That's all.
I got you. I like that. I got the motivation for you.
That's better than the vaporizer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't smell a thing.
I know.
I think she wants you to pass the pen, Snoop.
Are you going to do a whole tour as Snoop Lion?
Yeah, I'm doing Lion Fest. I'm putting together my own thing where I'm gonna grab a bunch of, you know, reggae artists that don't really get that look or that attention, and take them with me on a couple of weeks, you know, and make a real run out of it.
Now, as far as reggae artists are concerned, who do you listen to? Who do you like?
I like Movado. I like Popcorn. I like definitely love Beanie Man.
Mr. Vegas.
You see Beanie Man out there when you was out in Jamaica?
You like Mr. Vegas?
Yeah, I do it.
You see Beanie Man when you was out in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. I like Barrington Levy, Gregory Isaacs, Taurus Riley, he called.
Okay.
And Barris Hammond.
You know what's so funny? I know a lot about reggae because I took this course in college, Music of the Caribbean, because I thought it was going to be easy.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like an easy A. So I had to learn about all these different reggae artists and how to make the music and everything. It was one of the hardest classes I took.
Is Snoop Lion as in the sports as Snoop Dogg is?
Oh, man, I'm heavy in the sports, man.
So how do you feel about your Lakers right now, man?
I feel good. We made the playoffs. We're a number 7 seed. Kobe's down, but we're going to be all right. We're going to pull it together. We just need to sneak one game out of San Antonio, and we can beat them because them bums is tired.
Did you enjoy reading Kobe's tweets during the first game?
I love it. I love how he talked about Paul Gasol's soft ass. I love it. I love it. I love it because he's able to see the game now. Because Kobe would praise Gasol a lot after games. I'm like, he must not be seeing what we're seeing. And it's like now he's able to sit at home and watch this soft ass sucker 7 feet shoot jump shots all day.
You think he'll be able to come back from his injury?
Kobe? Yeah, he don't want to go out like that. It's just something about his mentality that will not allow him to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? You could just... And he's still chasing Michael Jordan. He still wants that 6th ring, man.
Now, what's going on with your daughter? She's an artist now. Is she trying to get a record deal? Are you down with that? Supportive of that? Are you guiding her through that?
Yeah, what she's doing right now, she's just having fun. She's just making a lot of records and remakes and just doing, you know, what little girls do. She's having fun. She's learning how to sing. She's getting better. I put her on my single, No Guns Allowed. You know, she's
we seen in the video today, yeah.
She's doing her thing, you know what I mean? And I'm supportive of her because, you know, it keeps her spirit right. You know, my daughter has lupus, so whenever she's smiling and happy and feeling good, it keeps the lupus on pause. Absolutely. So, you know, I support her in all ways, especially when it comes to things of singing in my world, you know what I'm saying, where I can coach her and give her some real guidance and put her in the right lane as opposed to how I had to just run from lane to lane, but I can put her in the right lane.
What
you
about
actually
your
smoke
diet?
with your kids too, right?
With my oldest son.
Power 105.1.
Now, when you went to Jamaica and you did the documentary that's also called Reincarnated to go along with the album, where people, I know there were some people in Jamaica that felt a little unsure about the reasons that you did that. They felt like, is this a marketing ploy?
You gotta know what's happening. A lot of people come to Jamaica and steal their culture, run off and make money off of them. So I get that. And then Jamaica's a very poor country. There's not a lot of opportunity. So I get that. And then the musicians, they treasure and they respect what they have, and that's theirs. That's their reggae music. So what I did differently to prove to them and to show them that I was not that guy, I brought a program out there called Mind Gardens, which is a program that teaches them how to grow produce and grow fruits and vegetables in their own communities from the bottom to the top, where they'll be able to eat these produce and also sell these produce, export, import, building their minds, bodies, and soul. That's what I brought with John Paul Mitchell to Jamaica, to show them that I wasn't that guy that's just going to come here and steal some reggae music and red, yellow, and green and run off and make 100 million and forget about. No, I'm building something that y'all going to grow, that's for y'all, by y'all, from me. Hello.
Have you had conversations with other OGs like Dr. Dre? Has Dre called you up? Okay, what's up with the Snoop Lion thing?
I mean, they all respect my move, man, because, I mean, I built this, man. You know what I'm saying? 20-something years on that hip-hop tip doing what I do. I got the right to step out.
Absolutely.
And do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been a very respectful young man and been a very good, peaceful, positive movement for hip-hop. I've been taking hip-hop to the next level. I've been actually the face of hip-hop. for the past 5 or 10 years if you really want to be real globally, representing it like it's supposed to be represented. So when people speak on hip-hop, they can never speak negative because they had someone like myself who was representing it to the fullest for everybody. And I mean from the little rappers to the big ones, to the east, the south, the west, everywhere. I always show love and represent it the way I know how. So when I decide to leave it alone for a minute, they thankful that I'm able to step out and do this because it gives them room to breathe and do what they do.
You think hip-hop will ever allow its artists to grow outside of the box? Because it seems like whenever, you know, Wayne wants to go do rock or you want to do reggae, they be like, oh, that ain't hip-hop. Like, why can't you just help the genre grow?
It works. Look at CeeLo Green.
Absolutely.
He popping. He stepped out of the Goody Mob, went on the TV show. He got a little review he doing in Vegas. He getting money. He popping off. You know, it works, man. It's just a matter of, you got to understand, it's going to be 3 or 4 negative people who going to always feel like we're not staying true to hip-hop. But we are, because hip-hop wasn't made to stay in one lane. Because if it was, it would have just stayed in the Bronx.
Absolutely.
It grew from that to this to that to Queens to there to here. And then when it got to California, it went to the South and went here. And believe it or not, it's overseas, partner. So you have no control over what hip-hop is. You know, when I went to Europe and I was hearing they rapping, but they rapping in like they language and they doing it a different way. And then I went to London and I'm hearing the dubstep. I'm like, wow, this is different. Then I come back to America, now everybody doing dubstep. So y'all stealing whoop wop, but it ain't stealing because it was all born and bred from hip-hop.
Do you plan to spend a lot more time in Jamaica now?
I think I have to. I think I have to go out there and make sure that this process moves along properly. And I also have some work to do with Barrington Levy. That was one of my partners from way back in the days, and I didn't get a chance to work with him on this record. But I got to go back out there on the second record and get with him, because he going to give me that that I was missing on this one.
Do you eat the food? You eat the jerk chicken?
Jerk chicken!
It's the best part.
Curry goat and all. You eat all that?
Man, I had a plate full of goat and curry and all that. Man, I was getting busy, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you go there that you can go places, like can you go places by yourself and just go out to parties, or do you feel like you got to have people with you?
Jamaica is different.
It is
know?
very different.
It's very different, especially the places you're going.
Yeah, it's different. It's hood, but I mean, I'm a hood. So I mean, I blend in and mix and match everywhere I
Snoop,
go.
you do not blend in.
You don't blend in.
Cut it out.
Yeah, you're 6 foot.
You cannot blend in.
You don't blend in
Well,
too many places.
I know how to get in the corner and post up and just make the fire alarm go off, and they know I'm right there. I know how to do that.
What about your diet? Have you changed your diet now that you're Snoop Lion?
You can't
'Cause I
tell
remember
what,
watching-
what I look like to you, baby. Talk to me.
You've always kind of looked.
You look the same since '92, Snoop.
No, because I remember.
But see, but listen
Snoop
to
ain't
what you
changed
said.
at
Now,
all.
I can show you some rappers that didn't change since
Yeah,
'92.
No, but I remember watching your reality show and watching you eat.
And my wife didn't want me eating chicken and all that.
It was a big deal. So what is it like now?
I'm more fruit, vegetable, water. You see me on Instagram with them little Puff Daddy waters.
But you didn't give it that fried chicken, right? Okay, all right, just checking. Make sure I can't
If
give
you
up
don't
fried
quit
chicken.
Not if you're in Jamaica. It's number fish and chicken
If
out
you
there.
don't get out of here, quit it. Fried chicken. We was looking for Popeyes last night. They said it closed at 10 o'clock. I'm so happy. Like, how they gonna close? They ain't right out here in New York. How they gonna close Popeyes at 10 o'clock?
Snoop, you probably never been fat in your life, man.
Right.
No, he definitely hasn't.
I was a fat baby.
That's about it.
He's like, I'm never going back to that.
Now, what about hip hop as far as West Coast hip hop? How are you enjoying that from Kendrick to
You know what? I'm so proud of my young homies right now. They getting busy. They actually, for a minute, the South was running the game, right? You know, which we all could sit back and say, wow, they really running the game. Now, I'm going to have to say my guys from the West Coast is running the game with no help from Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
And that's what we was. You know what? That's what we had somebody from Vibe magazine here.
We was arguing about Kendrick just
arguing
now.
about
Who do we
Kendrick.
contribute Kendrick's success to? Dr.
To
Dre
Kendrick
or-
Lamar.
And that's what we said. Kendrick Lamar.
Because when Dr. Dre discovered Kendrick Lamar, he was already dope. He was already polished. Dr. Dre knows how to make a rock a diamond. And to me, he didn't have to do what he did with me and Eminem and all the other guys with Kendrick. He just had to with Kendrick. With us, he had to and all of that, you know what I'm saying, to make the rock shine. With Kendrick, he just had to blow the dust off of him and let him go, because he already knew what he wanted. He had his team in place. He had direction. He's a seed. Kendrick is a seed. He's a product of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, NWA, the West Coast. His age, his genre, he comes up listening to us. That's what he's a product
He gets
of.
busy too.
But he didn't add the gangster.
Right.
He took that out
Right.
and made it more universal and lovable and likable, and he's very lyrical. So it's like, I praise him. I mean, he's the choice of the new generation. I know when he became, it was a night he did a show in Hollywood. No. It was before that. It was at the Ford Theater in Hollywood. Me and Dr. Dre was there together. He was young in the game. It was rocking, and the whole crowd was singing all his songs. Then he brought out YG. Then he brought out The Game. Then he brought out from New York. Then he popping all this. I told Dr. Dre, I said, I got to go down there on the stage. I walked down there on the stage. He seen me. His DJ played one of my records. This how short played one of my records. I come out, whoop-de-whoop, boom, stop, talk to him, and I tell him in front of the whole crowd, I'm passing you the throne. I'm passing you the, what's that word?
The torch.
I'm passing you the torch right now. Matter of fact, you just took the torch. And when I did that to him, he teared. Put his head down, he couldn't even say nothing. He was like, then he went right back into show mode. And it up. I'm like, oh my God, he's the one.
Yeah.
This before his record was out.
Right.
Yeah.
As a former gangster rapper, do you miss gangster rap? Because most of the young artists now aren't gangster rappers at all. But they're being real because they're being themselves, but it's just not on the gangster tip.
Yeah, I miss the music, but I don't miss
the lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't miss all of that confusion because boy, when you got everybody trying to be a gangster, that's a problem. Because, you know, everybody's showing out, everybody trying to impress. And that's what I think was like our downfall in the 90s, is that we had too many homies that were trying to be impressionable on the artist, which caused the artist not to really get what he was supposed to get. And now you got the youngsters nowadays reaping all of those benefits because they alleviate that by being fun, by wearing the different colored pants and styles of pants.
I never understood it, Snoop, because you used to travel 40 deep. And I was like, how could you possibly book Snoop? Because you got to pay for 40 plane tickets or private
and they
jet.
was doing it. They was writing the check because I had a hell of a show.
Do you ever sit around and smoke like we sit around and smoke and talk with your homies about what the game would be like if Tupac was still here, or Biggie, or Eazy-E?
You know what? I had that discussion 2 or 3 times, and I always come to the conclusion that a lot of artists wouldn't be as big as they are if they were here. And that was with no disrespect. It's just certain lanes opened up for artists when they were gone. When they were here, we can do a bar check. Who was on the bar when they was here? I definitely was over the bar.
Right.
Because when Pac came to Death Row, if you recall, I was the man. I stepped back and allowed him to shine with our team and told Suge, bring him to us because he deserves to be with us because he's my homie. When Biggie was alive, if you listen to his last record, he said, I'm dreaming of something to Lear Jackson Coops and trying to sell records
like Snoop.
Like who? He said, like who?
And then he said, oops, because
he said, oops, because what? Damn, I forgot.
We supposed to be beef.
I need to keep this in the closet.
Yeah.
But I got so much love. I got so much love for him, despite he with them who want to knock me down. I'm still going to cut through the ice and shoot him a shot. But see, you don't think about all of that until you talk about all of that. That's why I say on the bar, a lot of rappers wouldn't be where they are. I can't say their name because I love them all. But certain rappers that had big years and big albums, when he was gone, that wouldn't have been there. When he was gone, that wouldn't have been there because he would have been. That would have been his lane, that would have been his lane. Right. And you wasn't stepping on Biggie or Tupac lane. The lane Biggie had, nobody was in his lane. Big, black, fly, saucy, lyrical, stage presence, no. You're not on that by far. The lane Pac had, movie star, swag, east, west, everything, intelligence, thought out rhymes. Oh, nah. Well, nobody finna have that.
Right.
That was they 2 worlds. So it's like, to me, the game had to take them away to let everybody else breathe. Or the game would have been based on three figures, just us 3. That's what I think. It would just been us 3 doing what we do.
You might have needed Snoop Lion back then. You probably could have calmed all that down.
I wanted to. Believe it or not, I wanted to. I went to go visit Suge Knight in jail, and they wouldn't let me visit him. They shut it down. But I was going to tell him, look, Suge, let me go. Shake hands with Puffy and Biggie, because them has always been my friends and our friends. I don't know why we tripping. Them used to be our friends.
Right.
All of us. So let me go shake their hands in public and end this. But I didn't never get a chance to do that. And then that's when their energy turned against me because they felt like I was siding with the enemy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But after the fact, me and Puffy went on the Steve Harvey show, and we shook hands and showed everybody that it was all love because, you know, we had lost our two dear friends. And me and Puffy was like, you know what, we're not going to let nothing come between us. And we became friends, and we bonded, and we went all over the world, and we became close friends. And that really bridged a lot of the nonsense, too, to see me and Puffy come together because we were both from those immediate camps, and we were immediate people. And for us to say, you know what, we need to make a change and do this, that really made everybody else say, oh, wow, I can finally come to the party and breathe and not have to have a gun and all. It's stressful, man, to be in a party looking around and not being able to have fun, man.
Right. Did you ever want to make a spiritual transformation back then? I mean, you're embracing the spiritual transformation now, but back then you had the murder case.
I wanted to. I really wanted to, man, but it was so hard to lead a game.
Right.
And I was so 1 foot in. I ain't got no feet in now, so it's easy to break away. I had 1 foot deep in the game because I still had my homies with me. I still was halfway gangbanging. I still was bringing my neighborhood to things, so it's like they get mad, then I get mad, and before you know it, I got a lawsuit.
Right. Right. Now, what about movies? Back in the movies, any movies you got lined up?
Yeah, I got me and Wiz Khalifa going back in on High School 2.
High School 2, okay.
Yeah, we going back in. I had so much fun working with Wiz, man. Congratulations on this new baby. And
Bash.
Man, that's my nephew, man. Wiz is a fun guy to work with, you know.
He's a cool dude.
I think that really might be your son on the low. I think that if we go to Pittsburgh, because you are a Steelers fan, if we go to Pittsburgh, I really think you might see pictures of Snoop and Wiz mama crib.
Oh, stop it.
Y'all act a lot alike, man.
Absolutely.
And you know what? My oldest son is the one who put me up on Wiz, right? Because I had never heard him when I first got up on him. My oldest son was like, Pops, Wiz Khalifa, Wiz Khalifa. I'm like, man, let me listen to him. I listened to him, like, man, he fly. So when I met him, I'm like, can I get you to do a song with me? So he did a song with me. I did a song with him. Then we just hung out. And when we hung out, I swear to God, he reminded me of me like 15 years ago. And he was just that love, happy, smoke.
Nothing gets him mad.
Nothing make him mad. I'm just like, oh, man. So we went in and wrote a movie, put the movie out. The movie did awesome. I mean, around the whole globe to where the movie people giving us money for the part 2 right now. So we going back in to do a record and a movie. You know, Young, Wild, and Free was on there as well.
That was our theme song.
That was our theme song when we got on there.
Classic.
What?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That was our theme song.
I mean, that just was a beautiful collaboration, man. And that to me was a great move because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get with Wiz and sit him down and make him a movie star and tell him, look, man, we could take your career to a whole nother level. Just believe in me. And he believed in me. And ever since then, he's been running wild. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
Big endorsements. He doing his thing. I mean, he's a rock star now.
What you do for 420?
I had a party, a mansion party.
Oh, and it didn't work out.
No. What happened was the police shut it down until I got there, right? Because we didn't want so much nonsense. So when I got there, we pulled the police to the side, patted his pockets, gave him a few things, and the party continued.
Allegedly.
Oh, but I thought they said that they shut it down because the neighbors were complaining. There was no permit.
Listen, they shut the party down until I got there. I got there like 1 o'clock, and when I got there, it still was like 300-400 people there. So instead of the sheriff shutting it all the way down, we just had a nice conversation with him and told him, look, man, it's a holiday. We're going to be out of here. Man, come on, man. We'll be out of here in the
It's an official holiday.
Yeah, and he let it go down.
Dope. Well, we appreciate you stopping through, Snoop Dogg.
Absolutely.
Or Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion.
Man,
The album Reincarnated is in stores right now. And this morning, you know, we usually play like workout music on a Wednesday. But today we're going to do a Snoop mix.
I got a workout song on there.
Which one?
It's called Get Away.
Get Away?
It's like you running from the police. That's not a way. That is a workout.
When your ass is running.
No, but I will say this about the album: it's very chill, very laid back, good to listen to in the car, good to listen to at home if you smoke.
Okay. So you're playing an hour of Snoop right now.
Hour of Snoop this morning, 9 o'clock. Let me know your favorite Snoop records at DJ
crazy.
Envy. Whatever you want to hear from Snoop, old, new, whatever, we'll get on. It's the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1. Snoop Lion.
Bless up.